Ladies and gentlemen, the time for peace is over. I've made a similar video a couple of weeks back. War is coming, war is coming, war is coming. And alas, just like the Game of Thrones, war has arrived. We are going to be taking a look at the February 2025 tier list update for honkaistarrail. This is after you watch the statistics data to hopefully give you guys a little bit better of an insight as to why the changes were made, right? So highly recommend to watch the previous video first. So the previous one was a numerical video, right? A quantifiable video. For this one, people are gonna get hurt. Blood will be spilled. Emotions are high. Waifus are dying. It is time for the tier list update. Changelog. Okay, chat. Enough war music, right? I literally cannot hear myself think, right? Changelog. This update will address the latest phase of MOC, the increasing difficulty associated with the mode, but also the shift in meta caused by the new enemies and buff introduced. MOC continues to become more challenging with each phase, but 3.0 was particularly brutal. The difficulty increases are the result of, but not limited to, higher enemy damage numbers, more lethal battle scenarios, HP inflation, new and much harder enemy types and mechanics, encounters and buffs specifically tailored towards new characters and in some cases against all characters. Rest in peace Facial, rest in peace Aircron. A need to make the game harder to justify the higher power level of new characters. Power creep. Holy shit. We have based our tier list on the 3 most recent phases, and MOC 2.7 serves as an introduction to a heavier AoE focus and increase in difficulty. But 3.0 doubles down with a specific push via the buff tailored toward new characters. The result, 2/3 of the phases influencing the tier list heavily, favoring new characters and leading to large shifts in the categories containing them. Mostly the DPS. Continue. Tier list changes. Holy shit. Wait, let me move my thingy down a little bit. Aglaia to tier 0. We placed Aglaia conservatively in order to observe how the community will receive her, more restrictive than average requirements. Aglaia smashed 3.0's MOC, just like how she smashed which was custom made for her, but also performed great in 2.7's MOC, which wasn't specifically made with her in mind. And she was still the fastest there as well, and as a result, we feel she deserves to sit in tier 0. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. The Gambling Man. Oh, shit. Okay, we'll talk about both at the same time. So Jingliu went up by 1 tier. The little gambling gremlin actually thrives in most of the recent phases, so I've raising her up a tier. Hail Pokke, the only QQ main remaining. Firefly and Facial, after 20 billion years, have been dethroned. Tier 0 to tier 0.5. Just like in the transition between 1.x and 2.x, as we move from 2.x to 3.x, we are seeing scroll on a little bit more. Oh my god, bro was essaying, we are seeing an increase in power for new characters, new enemies and mechanics that favor them, and a fall off of older characters. Fei Xiao and Firefly are two of the high-profile casualties. Because as you know in war, when there is a victor, there must be a loser. Both characters are still absolutely strong, but Fei Xiao is at a disadvantage in the AoE focused phases, and Firefly, while technically still a blast damage dealer, doesn't thrive in AoE either, and has particular trouble with bosses that spawn multiple enemies frequently that are not weak to fire. So basically everyone and their moms. A common occurrence of late. The combination of Fei Xiao and Firefly losing their usual edge to unfavorable conditions, and DHIL and Glea getting exactly what they need to succeed is why we are reshuffling the highest tier. Okay, chat. Before we even go on, right, I just want to say, alright, if you guys think this is like, you know, L Prydwen or L Antler or like L Tierlist, just know that, you know, numbers are numbers. Facts are facts. Firefly is, you know, the slowest clearing DPS. You know, I would say for a little bit, right? For a little bit. With all due respect, okay, I'm sure your Firefly can work, right? To the people that are watching this video right now, I'm sure your Firefly can work, right? Your E2 Firefly, your Firefly with Fugue Ramen and Harmony Trailblazer, your perfectly speed-tuned Firefly, you know, your Firefly's best Wi-Fi, you know, best boyfriend, best husband, best whatever, best sim, tier 2 sim. You know, I'm pretty sure your Fireflies will work, but we need to consider the fact that we're talking about a very large population here. And the thing with Firefly is, right, I think the notion that we press the fun button and go, it's starting to catch up to, I would say, quite a decent chunk of Firefly users. Because for the first time in their lives, they're like, oh my god, is that the ultimate button I need to... Is that the skill? Oh my... I need to play this game by myself? Holy shit. How do you select the enemy? How? You know, so I think they just need some time to get used to it. Right? They need some time to get used to actually playing the game. And who knows, right? Because this is the first time that Firefly has been performing, you know, pretty badly. So maybe by next MOC, in the words of Well Yang, survive or be destroyed. The Firefly mains that got destroyed, they quit the game. Which means that the remaining Firefly, right? Do you know what is called the law of natural selection, right? The remaining Firefly mains that did not give up. They will strive. They will set the seas ablaze, and they would become the new generation of Firefly mains that would take Firefly to above and beyond. Absolutely, absolutely, right? So don't lose hope, Firefly. Don't lose hope. Same thing for Fei Xiao. Same thing for my wife means, right? Don't lose hope. You will be the new era. The future of the casualties in Prydwen Tierlist. Anyways, proceeding on, right? Okay. I can't believe not a single Firefly main subbed up after that motivational speech. 0 new subs. I'm gonna cry. Boothill, what's up? Okay, we can talk about Boothill and Yunli a little bit, right? Both of them have dropped from tier 0.5 to tier 1. Boothill is currently at a severe disadvantage, being a single target character and predominantly AoE. Yo, and there it is. Yo, Firefly Best, thank you so much for the gift sub.
go.
Yo, Nazrin, thank you so much for the prime, right? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Firefly. Means absolutely. Right? Hail Firefly, right? Okay, anyways. Yeah, Boothill. Alright, single target character, predominantly AoE unit. Until the focus returns to single target, we are lowering his rating as of now. Yunli is also absolutely eviscerated to tier 1. Not on par with other Apex categories anymore, considering the adjustment in the rating. We also have Yunli on the edge of Apex tier, but with the adjustments to each of the other characters, she's gone. Helala, it is what it is. Blade in tier 3. Time wasn't very kind to the Berserker, and he's one of the worst. Oh my god, Sing Alive, thank you so much for prime. He's one of the worst performing limited characters in the last 3 phases. So we're dropping him out of the meta tier list. Yuan has also dropped. Niche as a energy battery has been usurped by Sunday, and her amplification abilities have been power crept, resulting in lower play rates, lower scores, and no best in slot teams in the current meta. Perfectly usable, 2nd, 3rd, 4th slot for a lot, but as a result of the above, we are lowering her rating. Yo, Invisism, thank you so much for 2 months, man.
Thanks for the emotional speech from Pokke now.
Right, so Firefly makes y'all know what to do, right? E6 now, and then she's okay. Anyways, Asta, okay. 3rd or 4th, okay. Hanya, okay. Oh my lord. White Fu has fallen? Compared to Gallagher, Lingsha, Adventure, and Hui, Fu Xuan hasn't aged quite well. Her kit lacks the synergy of the aforementioned characters, and her sustain is less flexible in the face of the harder content we're experiencing. Read. She explodes too often from strong AoE attacks, and you can't. What do you mean you can't prevent it? How do you not have a 10,000 HP Fu Xuan in 2025? I just don't understand. You know, everybody's Fu Xuan should be bare minimum 10,000 HP, right? Quadruple HP main stat, slap that shit, and it's good to go. Right, it's really just not that difficult. So perhaps it might be a little bit of a, our Fu Xuan still maintains the competitive clear times and higher usage rate, but measured up to characters like Huan, who have direct synergies with newly released units like Glea and DHIL for energy gain, she doesn't quite have the same edge. Okay, wait, hold up. I need a, okay. Huan has been a part of my content for, I would say, a good 1 year now, right? She has been a part of my content for a good 1 year, but holy shit, I swear, from like a sustained perspective, right? From a sustained perspective, I swear to God, I have more issues with Huan than a lot of the other situations. And it's not just me, all right? It's not just me. It's either you gets targeted. I'm sorry. Okay, she's cursing me, guys. Okay, she's cursing me. She's casting a curse on me. I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna. Okay, you know what? Hey, she's fine. Okay, she's fine. Okay, anyways. Okay, a new watch list additions: Kafka and Black Swan. The increasing difficulty of MOC have been rough on a lot of characters, but the DOT archetype is the one suffering more than most. Black Swan, Kafka have not done well in the past 2 phases. We're replacing both characters on the watch list. Expect them to move down by 3.1. Oh shit. New feature: double placement. Again, we have revamped the tier list backend, which now allow us to place characters in multiple columns at the same time. This change was caused by Argenti, who in the most recent MOC mostly paired with DHIL, and his hypercarry teams were in the minority. 91% paired him with DHIL, so now you can check his ratings when he's used with as the witch slave and when he's the one doing the heavy lifting. So basically never. Alright, fantastic. We have placed a brand new support DPS Argenti in tier 1, but he's close to reaching the Apex tier, pending the next result phase. Do let us know what you think of this change and who else do you think should get it. Before I show the actual list itself, I do believe this is a pretty good time to start showing this picture that my community have kind of discovered straight from the headquarters of the Firefly mains. Alright, this is a very, very important picture. Alright. Yikes. Unfortunately, war is here. War is here. Blood actually closed his Firefly corn after hearing this terrible news. He actually had to stop gooning for the first time in his life ever since Firefly hit tier 0. Right? Oh my god, my girlfriend, she would never. And then today, it happened. He finally closed that tab and woke up to a reality that he cannot face. Boom! Minus, I don't know how much money this is, but let's see. The actual tier list itself. Ooh. Ooh. Let me fit this in one picture real. Ooh. So, the brand new Apex tier has been shown as the following. Aglaia has risen up from the grave as the rank 1 or rank 2 most skipped DPS. Blood has risen up to tier 0 in the same tier as the Herta. Overthrowing, destroying, killing my wife as well as my ex-girlfriend, Fei Xiao Firefly. Now, this is the current state of things. Acheron, Fei Xiao, Firefly, and Repa are all in tier 0.5. Support DPS, no change. Amplifier, no change. Sustain, no change, except for the dead Fu Xuan. Let's talk about it. I think we'll always start with sustain first. This one, I don't think it really changes too much. I would say, okay, you know what? I know like Lingsha is great, right? Like Lingsha showcase, but like I'm really glad that I managed to, get my hands dirty, dig into the depths of like HSR account hell and see what the hell are people doing with their accounts. And it made me realize that, genuinely speaking, if we are assuming like a full E0 Azure comp setup, the skill point problem that we are going to be encountering with Lingsha, it can be noticeable, right? It can be noticeable, especially when you compare them to the efficiency that Gallagher is going to be providing. Alright, so I feel like generally, people that are saying that Lingsha deserves her own tier, respectfully, you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Alright, you actually need to get your hands dirty and see what is it like in the slums. In the HSR slums, right? The dirty, darkest valley of like the most cursed accounts, and you actually get a more relatable experience. So I think for where it stands right now, this is generally okay. This is generally okay. I would say for Huan specifically, I honestly wouldn't be too surprised if going forward, her value starts to go down a little bit. Mainly is just because, Huan as a sustain, she lacks the AoE. Alright. Lingsha has AoE, Aventrin kind of have AoE, Gallagher has AoE, even Fu Xuan has AoE, but Huan is kind of the only one that is attacking a single target. So the value of these sustains, it kind of also ties up a little bit to like the value of the team that they're going to be pairing with. So if they continue to scale not just the units but also the environments where they want players to hit more frequently, right? As you can see from the war armor mechanic and all that kind of stuff, then I can foresee Huan getting a little bit dangerous. And another mechanic that I can really say probably is going to be happening, Flame Weaver. So Flame Weaver's mechanic is Corrosion, yeah? Corrosion is a mechanic that actually wants you to hit them to regenerate their health back. And if Huan doesn't hit, it might be a little bit concerning if future enemies are going to be following in the similar footstep, especially with version 3.2 coming out for Castries as well the next era. So that's pretty much going to be it. Everything else, I think that's fine. Amplifier, I don't think there's too much to talk about. The fact that Mimi is not tier 0, it astounds me. Genuinely, right? You know what? Mimi for tier 0, fuck Rame. Hey, and there it is, right? Hey, drop Rame all the way back down to tier 0.5. Because if I don't see a 0.5, I don't see a tier 0 DPS for Super Break, then why the fuck is she there? You know what I'm saying? Swap Mimi, slap that to Rame, and then just let her stay in the same lane with Rabba and Firefly. I think that is very, very fair. It is what it is. I'm getting cancelled, whatever. Let's move on. Bada boom. Okay, support tier list. This is G. Not too much to change. I would say, I'm quite shocked that Jade didn't make it to tier 0. Because last MOC, this MOC, the next MOC, I can literally foresee Jade becoming like extremely good clearer. Quantum weak enemies check, AoE environment check, wheelchair build check. You can give it to Lingsha, you can give it to Herta. She is very, very, very good for the environment that she's in right now. Maybe as a unit herself, she might not be that good because the moment you take away the 5 target, the mobs, maybe she's gonna start to fall off. But as of this current moment, I do believe that her value is gonna be vastly greater compared to Tobet and Harmar 7, right? So these 3 should not be in the same caliber. So this butter bitch needs to go up, you know. That being said, though, I don't think you need a pull for Jade. Mainly because Anaxa is coming out. So even if bro is tier 0, I'm good, right? But that doesn't take away the amount of impact that she has in the current environment that we have right now. So for me, I would bump Jade up tier 0 strictly from the perspective of a performance, right? Very, very straightforward. DPS. I think for the tier 0, I don't think there's too much to talk about, right? Aglaya, right? As much as we want to talk shit, you know, skip her, all that kind of stuff, the results show, right? 2 MOC back-to-back, fastest clear, right? Maybe it's because of the MOC buff, maybe it's because of the teammates, maybe because of the perfect energy, whatever it is, it doesn't deny that her current best in slot team, which is the metric that we're using for this entire setup, the best in slot team with Aglaya's performance is very, very good. Right, this performance is very, very good. And I can also see this being very, very good by the next MOC, which is going to feature first half Flame Weaver, second half Kafka. You're not going to be using Aglaya against Kafka, but against Flame Weaver, she's going to be doing very well, especially against the clones as well. Right? So it is what it is. Is she a must pull? Frankly speaking, I don't think she's a must pull. Right? Just because a unit is tier 0 doesn't really determine their pull value. Because this is not a tier list based on should you pull. It's just a tier list based on their performance, based on the last 3 MOC phases. And I believe that as of what it stands, people might not have the understanding of why these units are here because they think it's not based on a single group of people, right? They think that it's strictly based on, oh shit, how come my Firefly can clear in 0 cycles and then this Firefly is 0? It's not really this way, and it's also not really because just because a unit is tier 0 or tier 1, then you skip or pull them. At the end of the day, this is pretty objective, I would say, based on a character's performance. Just like in the real world, if you have the skills for the job, you're gonna get paid well. If you don't have it, you're not gonna get hired. It is what it is, right? Welcome to the real world. So I think this is G. What is Sarah saying? Turtle, Aggron, Rapper, Aggie are all tight. Sarah of the league. Okay, anyways, Aggron, Facial, Firefly, Rapper. I think it's not that bad because the next MOC is gonna be worse for the war. I'm mainly talking about these 2. Do you guys know that next MOC, once again, has no fire weakness? At least for Mod 12. Mod 12 has no fire weakness. Alright. And Reba is also imaginary, which we have known for a while now. Kafka is gonna be good to imaginary. Fire weakness is the new ice weakness avoided. Side 2, Kafka is not weak to fire. First half except Kafka, others have fire weak. Oh, the horse. The horse are. Okay. The enemies next to her are. Okay, then maybe Firefly wouldn't be that bad. Okay, yeah, the horse are. Oh my god, I literally don't even remember the horse mechanics because I was just doing so much for Flame Reaver. Okay, then maybe Firefly wouldn't be that bad. Because if she implants fire into Kafka, then she can still break both horses at the same time. So it might not be that bad. But the next MOC 12 will make or break the... It will be the tiebreaker, essentially. Alright, I think the next MOC 12 will be the tiebreaker. Even as of this current point, I would say that Rappa is in the lead. Evolution environment, the ability to kind of ignore the weakness. Even if you don't have the implant, you still can shave off half. The next MOC 12, it would help paint a bigger picture as to which one of them is more suitable for the environment. I would say, even if, right, this is, I'm not saying that Firefly is going to lose or like Red Bar is going to win, but like, even if Firefly loses, or even if Red Bar loses, right, it's okay, alright? It's okay. Things will be fine. Because there is this saying, right? There's this saying. I forgot who is it from. It's an excellent saying, by the way. This too shall pass. You know? Even if right now the weather is not looking so good for like destruction-based units. Even if right now a lot of the environment, the enemies, they're all tailored towards erudition. This too shall pass. So Firefly mains, stand strong. We will get through this together as a family. As one big happy family. It's gonna be completely fine. Same thing for Fei Xiao. I do think that between Fei Xiao and Firefly, I'm a little bit more scared for Fei Xiao actually, because she's actually straight up single target, and I don't think the casual player base have the capabilities of making their Fei Xiao strong enough to just completely ignore the mobs. Because technically speaking, if you want to, you could still run Fei Xiao second half, brute force Nikador, ignore the spears and just go all in. Right? Technically you could, but I feel like a lot of these casual players, they probably wouldn't have the capability to do that. And if it just gets more and more difficult next time in the future, it might be a little bit rough, right? It might be a little bit rough. I would say that Akron, though, I think Bro is a... She kind of reminds me of the Mooman mask. I'm not sure if you guys watched the One Punch Man. There's this rank 1A rank hero. The Mooman mask or something, like handsome mask or whatever. She's like the rank 1A rank. Not because she's not strong enough to be in S rank, but she's just there to gatekeep all the other random A rank heroes. Armai mask. Okay, Armai mask. Yep. She's basically Armai mask. You know, she's just there to be tier 1, the top of tier 0.5, the number 1 tier 0.5, and anybody want to get past Akron, it's not happening. Right? So I feel like that's more of a purpose. I do think that with like her versatility, the amount of times that she can get buffed up with different nihility units, the scalability of this unit, I would say she's pretty good for tier 0. Considering how long Bro has been in, she's pretty tier 0 with it. But you know what? At the top of tier 0.5, I honestly wouldn't really mind it that much, right? And then finally, Red Bar. I don't really know if Red Bar would ever see tier 0. I think 0.5 is a very fair ranking, mostly because of the fact that she's always going to be kind of tied to the whole weakness thingy, the toughness thingy. And if they want to pivot it away, it will be a little bit more annoying. Considering that the team with Red Bar now is Ramei, Fuke, and Lingsha, right? The best team anyways. The best team with a sustain, Ramei, Fuke, Lingsha. Ramei herself not being somebody that attacks a lot of enemies is slightly a downside to her. Fuke also only attacks like 3 targets with the basic, and Lingsha is kind of the only other person that's helping Red Bar with the erudition thingy, right? So I don't really foresee her being tier 0, or at least if she's gonna be tier 0, Akron is to go up there first, right? So I think that pretty much wrap it up for our Apex characters. Next, meta characters. Okay, that's a lot of lists. Okay, let's just leave that here. Oh, okay, meta characters. So Fu Xuan dropped down to the same tier as Luo Cha. Argenti rolls up to tier 1. Boothill to tier 1. Yunli to tier 1. Kelala to tier 2. And Kafka is about to die. So, me personally, right? Okay, I said it as a joke at the start just now. I do think Fu Xuan is very, very comfy though. As a sustain, right? I think the most annoying part for Fu Xuan right now is most likely against Nikador, right? Nikador, if you can't break the wall armor, not for the first few war, but for the final wall armor in phase 2, if you cannot get rid of the normal stacks, and then he hits the giant out. I think that's probably the only time that you will actually die. Aside from that, I still feel that she's pretty comfy, right? She's pretty comfy. She does have AoE targeting with the ultimate. The damage distribution is quite nice. If you want to compare this with, like, for example, the more offensive setup units, the comfort is still there. I'm not sure how valuable this 12% crit rate is, but I know that a lot of the casual player base, from first-hand experience, they are still lacking a lot of crit. And sometimes I'll like, oh my god, just give me full Xuan and stop, right? And I'm literally at like 80% crit rate. This 80 to 92, I would say is a considerable buff even for this current population of 2025 player base. Luocha, I'll be completely honest, I haven't really seen him that much for like the past 1 week. In fact, I don't think I saw a single Luocha usage live on stream or even from my viewers. So I can't really comment on how good he is in terms of comfort. But his ultimate is also AoE. He has a Dispel, which unfortunately you can't really dispel any of the unremovable buffs. Yeah, I do think that I can foresee Fu Xuan kind of going up a little bit more, especially because of the comfort that she provides. How many Trailblazer, Sparkle, Pella, Ting Yun, Silverwolf, Bronya? Ting Yun went down by a little bit into the same tier as Bronya and Silverwolf. Okay, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna drop both Sparkle and Bronya to tier 2. Okay? We're gonna drop them both to tier 2, and then we're gonna make Mimi tier 0. That should be the accurate disparity between Mimi as well as all these units. Alright, at least 2 different levels, because this is way too close, especially at the EZO as well. So both of them can just go down. You're welcome. It is what it is. How many Trailblazer? I think she's still good, right? She's still pretty good for Super Break, so I don't think this tier 1 is too unjustifiable. Pella, I would say she's also pretty good against Nikador, right? AoE ultimate, pretty good amount of ice rest down, defense down application. I think she's still pretty good at tier 1. Silver Wolf wise, I think her usage for Swarm is still okay. Quantum Weak can help us deal a little bit with the Automatron, defense down a little bit. Like Silver Wolf, Pella, Aircron, it's not the worst. It's not the worst of the worst, but I think tier 1 of myself is not that bad. And who knows if, you know, like all units gets buffed or whatever. I think this is still a moderate amount. Ting Yun. Okay, if we do drop Sparkle and Bronya to tier 2, right? I think Ting Yun can stay at tier 1.5 Silverwolf. So it's gonna be tier 1 Pella, Harmony, Trailblazer, and tier 1.5 Ting Yun, Silverwolf, and then tier 2 is gonna be Sparkle and Bronya. Yep, I think that would be good enough. If we do give DDD to Sparkle, we can probably push Sparkle up by half a tier. Then Bronya can just stay where she is. This unit. Oh my lord, bro. Let her go, right? Okay, so that's gonna be that for the support characters. Tier 1. Oh wait. Before we move to support DPS, I kind of want to ask a thing. If I'm not sure if Andrew is still here. Where are y'all gonna be ranking Tribbie? Are y'all gonna be ranking Tribbie as a support DPS, or are you gonna be ranking Tribbie as a amplifier? I kind of want to see where this is gonna be. Tier 0 support DPS, both. Amplifier, support, DPS, tier 0 on both. Tasante. Still undecided, but most likely amplifier. Okay. I feel that she can be our first tier 0 support DPS, though. Me personally, right? Because her damage numbers, I'm talking about Tasante, right? I feel like her damage numbers are honestly very, very up there. Probably around the same ballpark as Jade, honestly. Maybe not as high, but if you factor in the buffs and everything, I feel like the DPS that's actually outside, she can be the first tier 0 support DPS. Because I feel like this is the best way to actually classify Tribbie. Because none of these, any of these amplifiers you guys see over here, they basically do no damage. Alright, I think we can all agree that they really don't deal any damage. Like, even for Babin, she has additional damage, but she's actually not really dealing any damage for herself. But Tribbie kind of fits perfectly for support DPS. Alright, the hits, it adds up a lot. The ultimate adds up a lot. Poet 4 piece. It will be pretty nice if we can see Tasante as a tier 2. And not only that, it will be less of a war zone. Alright, it will be less of a war zone because there are more vacancies in the support DPS compared to the amplifier. And every single time whenever we talk about amplifier war, right, if you were to put Tribbie in the same category as amplifier, people are gonna, fuck, did she Pokke Bobbin, is she better than Sunday, all that kind of stuff. Whereas if you jump in and support DPS, not a lot of people will argue that. Alright, I don't think anyone will argue that Tribbie is the tier 0 support DPS. So if y'all want to have less war, support DPS is the way to go. More war, then just, I don't know, replace Bobbin with... Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's kind of go back, right? Okay, Argenti, Black Swan, Mose, Saval with Baby Herta. I think this list is pretty fair, especially as a battery. I think Argenti can go up to tier 0.5, especially as a battery for D Herta. Mose honestly performed exceptionally well, but specific only to Nikador, right? Especially with Facial. Other than that, I think not too big of a change. Saval honestly also really, really good, not just as a battery. I think we've seen some couple of Saval main DPS against Nikador, especially with AoE, so I think she's also pretty nice. The Baby Herta at 1.5 is okay because, yeah, I think she's okay because I don't think she generates as much, slightly less drive compared to Saval as well as Argenti. So that's pretty much it. And now for DPS. Okay, is there any reason? Okay, before we even talk, is there any reason why daughter ratio is still here? Or is it just like a forget to update? You can probably 0 cycle Nikador with Saval, and there it is. Yeah, but cause it's a chat. He had good face. He had a good face this time. Okay, I'm guessing it's against True Swarm. Yeah, I'm guessing it's against True Swarm. I'm okay. I just realized bro's name is actually True Sting, but I keep calling him True Swarm because True Swarm sounds more badass. True Swarm, for the Swarm. True Sting sounds like a baby ass goo gaga name, right? So True Swarm is this. Barbin Seal Wolf Huan ratio. I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical because I actually don't think a full E0 team for daughter ratio can kill the bug in one attack. I'm talking about the baby bugs. And if you can't kill the baby bug in one attack, you are missing like a shit ton of turns just to deal with the edge itself. So I'm honestly a little bit skeptical with bro being at 1.5. Maybe we could find out one day if any ratio mains can get at it. So we'll kind of leave it as there. Aside from that, yep, that's the only other question I have. Okay, Boothill, Jingyuan, Yunli. Next patch is gonna be an... Oh, wait, it's not even next patch. It's in 2 days. 2 days later, I can finally pull for Yunli. Wait, yo, executive account managers, did we pre-farm for Yunli? I don't think we did. Okay, we need a pre-farm for Yunli, right? Bro, it's gonna be 10-10-10 day 1. Alright, yo, executive account managers, pull for the pre-farm, right? Pre-farm for Yunli. We're gonna dump our ass to 10-10, right? Absolutely, right? Okay, absolutely. So that is that. I wouldn't have any comments. I would say I can kind of foresee her being really, really good against True Storm because True Storm technically hits a lot. The bug hits a lot. Nikador hits kind of okayly. So I think Yunli being here is okay. Boothill. I think it's workable. It's workable. Especially next MOC2 is going to be Kafka, which is physical weak. We'll see if Boothill can one-shot the horses. If he can, then I think Boothill is still pretty alright. It's still pretty alright. Jingyuan, I don't think he's really doing that bad. I think Jingyuan has... we have quite literally shown like our own full E0 team with Jingyuan. We managed to get like a 4 cycle, 5 cycle at like 11 and 12 respectively, right? So I think Jingyuan is honestly pretty okay. Then that's pretty much it for tier 1. Ratio, I've said my piece. Himeko, I don't know what the fuck she's doing there. Like... The fuck? Nobody's using her. Dale. With all... Okay, wait. Nothing really related to Dale, but it's more like a inclusion standpoint, right? Because we know this. The percentage of Dale owners, right? Where is it? There's quite literally 53% of Imbibitor Lunays are at E2. If you are at E0 or E1, you are less than 1/3 of the E2 Dale users. So it is what it is, right? And I feel that hey, at this point, if we're gonna, put my man up here, you might as well just rate him from like an E2 perspective. Because I can say for a fact that E2 deal is still him, right? He's still alive, he's still kicking, he's still absolutely fine with what he's saying. Adding the expert tag, okay. 17% E6. Yeah, my bottom line is, just bump him up and then make him E2. Special exception, right? Because, he is him, right? Absolutely. E2 Firefly. How much is E2 Firefly's ownership anyways? Okay, this is not good enough, guys. It's like, nah, it's like 30% is still at E0. I would say that the disparity is still, pretty large, right? Deal is literally this plus this combined is less than 1/3. So this is like legit almost everyone's running E2. I think Firefly, we still have to think about the casual players. That being said, the highest percentage is actually E2, which is, pretty interesting. Okay, anyways, that's pretty much it. Kafka and Blair, so honestly, they can both just drop down a little bit. I wouldn't mind it too much. I honestly think that the moment Jingliu gets her buff one day, the best way to buff Jingliu is to take away the spectral transmigration state tied to the little blue dot, make her work exactly the same as Aglaia and Firefly, where it has like a fixed countdown timer and it refreshes into the next wave. It will make her feel so much better. And it's not like it's gonna make her broken or anything, right? She's still gonna be having less multipliers compared to all the new DPS. You might as well just do it, and she's gonna feel infinitely better to play. Right? If they were to ever do that, I can literally see bro go up by 2 tiers. But if that doesn't happen, then it kind of is what it is. This is Blade. Maybe Tribbie can save Blade. I haven't tested out Tribbie with Blade yet. Maybe Tribbie can save Blade, because bro is a HP DPS, right? So maybe Tribbie we'll test out in 2 days. One of the first things we're going to be testing is Tribbie with Blade at our 4 p.m. PST stream right here at twitch.tv/MrPokke, right? QQ is absolutely Asila. Yep, and there it is. Everything. Okay, I will say though, Weld, right? Weld. I shit you not, guys. Weld is not that bad, especially against these kind of like imaginary weak stages with the action variability, right? It's honestly not that bad, right? You could give him a try. It's at E0. Nope, I think it's not that bad. Maybe we can bump it up to Sambo, right? And also it will make Gacha Smack happier, so maybe we can bump it to Sambo here. He's not that bad, right? It's not the same thing as okay. Anyways, yep, that's pretty much it, and everything else just kind of just dies off here, right? We're gonna make it in Jingliu one day. So with that, we have come to the end. War is here. War is here of this very special 3.0 Prydwen tier list update. Actually, shouldn't you call this 3.1? Okay, I guess 3.1 is Tribbie, right? Okay, we'll just wait for Tribbie, right? 3.0 tier list update. Word of the day is going to be, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. So join Twitch, join YouTube, join Discord, join Twitter. Use code Pokke for 21% off all gamers after exclamation GS. Use code Pokke. All the best for Gacha Pools, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.